My name is Andrew Brodkey. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of Pan American Lithium Corporation, which trades on the Toronto Stock Venture Exchange under the symbol PL, and also in the United States on the over-the-counter Bulletin Board Exchange under the symbol PALTF. I just returned from the yearly conference that all lithium companies attend. It was held this year in January in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Previously, it's been all over different international locales, but it's probably the most well-attended and well-thought-of conference in the world, and everybody that's important in the lithium industry and wants to know about lithium goes to this particular venue. In this case, the news is very, very good for the lithium industry. We see the trends very positively upwards in terms of demand and consumption and growth in the lithium business, which bolsters the contention that we got into the right space. We're in the right mining space, and we're very, very happy that the industry is doing so well and that most of the projections are incredibly bullish for the remainder of this decade and beyond for the consumption of lithium globally. To give the viewers an idea of what the lithium industry looks like worldwide, in 2009, there was a consumption of 100,000 metric tons per year of lithium carbonate. Lithium carbonate is the form of lithium that goes into batteries. Those batteries are what you use in just about every device, every electronic device today that you carry around. Your PC, your cell phone, your iPad. Everything is really geared towards the use of lithium-ion batteries. In addition, people are very aware that the automobile industry is switching very rapidly to the use of lithium carbonate in terms of lithium-ion batteries, replacing the old-style lead-acid batteries and also the nickel-metal hydride batteries. Why? Because the application of lithium is better for power, better for density, it's lower in weight. It just has a lot of reasons going for it, why the industry is moving in that direction. So that's the reason why you see a lot of these new cars out, the Prius, the Bolt. You see the hybrids, you see the pure electric vehicles. It's really accounting for a lot of the demand in our industry. In 2009, as I mentioned, 100,000 tons of lithium carbonate consumed. In 2011, 150,000 tons. That's a 50% increase. Most of the prognosticators say that by the end of this decade, by the year 2020, we'll be up to 300,000 tons, and then up to 500,000 tons of lithium carbonate per year globally consumed by the year 2025. This is a rapidly expanding space. There is room for new entrants. And the other thing I really took away from the conference that's fairly important and strong is that until this year, the existing producers of lithium, and there are 4 major producers that accounted for that 100,000 tons in 2009 and 150 last year. Those 4 major producers were really selfishly holding on to the market and discouraging smaller companies like Pan American from entering. But this is the first year where I heard them actually say, okay, we concede that there's space and there will be new mines built and won't be just from us, just from the big companies. So that was encouraging, and it validated everything that we always thought, which was our company and a lot of the other junior lithium companies are striving, moving in the right direction and striving for the same thing, to develop and bring into production new lithium projects. Why don't I just talk a little bit about Lithium 101 for people that aren't familiar with the mineral. Lithium's number 3 on the periodic chart. It's the lightest metal. And it occurs relatively abundantly in the Earth's crust, but getting it out is a different story. There are several ways to recover lithium. People that are familiar with traditional mining methods, conventional mining, would recognize that you sometimes see a big open pit or a big underground mine, and it's a lot of exploration where you have to drill holes first, and then when you find what you want, you've got to actually mine it. So you bring big equipment in and you blast, and you move it around, and you crush it, and you grind it, you put it through a concentrator, and ultimately another process, and you get the lithium out the other end. Just like a big copper project or a big gold project, but it's pretty labor intensive and also energy consuming. That's why those sorts of projects, the hard rock projects, although they do exist, are at the upper end of the cost spectrum. On the other end, we have the lithium brines projects. Lithium brines are found, generally speaking, in what are called salars. A salar is just like a dry lake bed. Think of, I always like to say, think of the Bonneville Salt Flats where they race the jet cars in Utah and they set the land speed records. You see a really smooth white surface and these cars are going across. That's sort of what the top of a salar looks like, except it's sort of irregular. But beneath there, if you were to sink a well beneath that white, crusty, salty surface, you'll find brines. Brines contain lithium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sometimes boron. All light metals, we call them the suite of light metals, and they're all recoverable, and most of them have value. But it's different. It's a water project. It's not like a typical traditional mining project. That's why brines projects, which are really nothing more than the pumping of water, processing it, and pulling out the metals, are far cheaper than the other forms and other methods of recovering lithium. Pan American has all brines projects. Our 11 projects in Chile are brines, and our one project in Mexico is also a brines project.